Welcome to In the Kitchen with Dinah. Today we're making cinnamon twist bread.
Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Someone's in the kitchen, I know. Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Gonna taste good, I know.
Cinnamon twist bread. It is a twist on my cinnamon rolls. I'm going to be using my basic cinnamon roll dough. I'm going to show you how to make that, but I'm going to add some apple to it. And it's this beautiful twisted braid, and it's really easy and really delicious. So the first thing we're gonna do, I thought it'd be delicious to add some apple with the cinnamon. We're gonna saute some apple up. I thought I needed 2 apples, but I just need 1 apple I've cored and peeled it and cut it into little teeny tiny chunks because we're gonna cook it and I want it kind of throughout the bread. So let's head over to the stove and we're gonna saute it in some butter. All right, so I've got some melting butter in here. I'm just gonna put the apple in, let it hang out. We just wanna get it soft, and I'm gonna sprinkle some cinnamon on there. And we're just gonna let that simmer, and we're gonna go make some dough. Yum. I think this apple cinnamon combo is gonna be delicious. Let's let that hang out and do its thing. Let's go make some dough. For my dough, it's more of an enriched dough, which means it has milk and egg in it. So I just have a cup of milk here. I'm gonna warm it up in the microwave, 110 to 112 degrees. So as our milk is getting warm, we can get our sugar and our yeast into our bowl. We're using active dry yeast today, so we need to let it bloom. Now, you'll see me in some of my other recipes, I'll use SAF instant yeast, but in this application, I do like the active dry yeast. So we need, there's one little packet. You've probably seen the cute little square packets at the store.
Is what, 3 teaspoons?
2 1/4 teaspoons. I think it equals 1 packet. Yeah, 2 1/4.
Okay.
And I need a 1/4 cup of sugar, so I'll grab that. Yum. That's gonna be yummy. Yeah, it's too hot. It's too hot! So remedy that, we're just gonna stick an ice cube in it. Boop. You never know, when that milk is out of the fridge, you don't know how long it's gonna take. Yeah, wowzers. I don't do that very often. That's better. All right, so let's get this in here. Get a little spin, and we're gonna wait for about 5 minutes and let it get nice and foamy. All right, so it's been a few minutes. As you can see in here, it's nice and foamy. Our yeast is active and all looks great. So let's move on. We're gonna add our 1 egg. Just dump it in. We got 2 tablespoons of oil. And you can use whatever oil you have. And then we're gonna add 3 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm gonna get a little extra, just in case. In your mixer with your dough hook, I've got 3 cups in there. Depending on your humidity and temperature outside, you might need more and you might need less. It's kind of a approximate thing. So I actually have a little more flour in case I need it. All right, so when the dough starts to get shaggy like this, we're gonna add the salt. And I need a teaspoon of salt. And this is just real salt. It's really delicious. Put that in there, turn it back on. Now you can see how wet the dough looks. I'm gonna add flour until it cleanly pulls away from the edge of my mixer. And at this point, you only want to add about a tablespoon thing, since I have a small amount of dough in here, I'm gonna scrape my sides down and get all of that incorporated. All right, let's turn this back on. All right, I think that looks good. It's formed a really good dough. It's kneading nicely, so I'm gonna let it go for about 6 to 7 minutes, and then I'll be back. All right, there you have it. This looks really great. So I'm gonna unlock my bowl. I'm gonna get rid of my base, and then we're gonna get ready because we're gonna roll this out, put cinnamon and sugar and butter, sprinkle the apples on, and I'll show you how to twist it. All right, so I've got that cleaned up. My dough is ready to go, and I'm gonna pour just a tiny bit of oil onto my work surface, and then smear it around. And then with my hand, going to take the dough, scrape it off the dough hook. I just find that oil works much better than flour. And since you have the dough to the consistency you want, you don't want to add more flour because that's just going to dry it out. Oh man, can you grab my my dough scoop from behind you? Nope. There you go. Ding, 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 ding. You have a winner. This just works really well. Scrape the dough out. It's nice and stretchy, just what we want. Now, it is gonna be a little sticky because we used all-purpose flour, not bread flour. So it's gonna be a little lighter and fluffier. So nice and soft. All right. All right, so I have a big old cookie sheet. This is a 1/4 sheet pan. I think it's a 13 by 18. I've got it lined with parchment. We're gonna get this out to about a 10 by 12-ish rectangle. Kind of like, this is kind of really, really close to cinnamon rolls. They're just, we're gonna take the steps a different direction. And I think, I mean, I'm using apples and cinnamon, but man, I think that like raspberry jam and some chocolate chunks in there would be delightful. Or you could do like Nutella.
Candied pecans.
Candied pecans. Oh my goodness. There's so many ways you could make this one. Honestly, you could probably do it savory too and do like green onions and cheese. I think there's just, possibilities are endless. So I've just got a nice little rectangle. And here I have 2 tablespoons of soft butter. I'm gonna smear it all over. Butter one side, and on this side, don't go all the way to the edge. Keep about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch because we're gonna roll it and you wanna be able to get your seam pinched together. But on all the rest of it, go all the way out to the sides. You smell the butter and instantly Denver comes to the kitchen. I know, you're even the same color as butter. Is that what God did? You're just a butter boy, huh?
Butter-colored dog.
You're funny. All right, so in this bowl, I have a 1/3 cup of brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and then I put, 1/4 to 1/3 teaspoon of cardamom. I thought that that would make it really delicious. Let me grab my fork. We're just gonna mix this up and sprinkle it on top of the butter. Oh, I love adding cardamom with cinnamon in my baked goods. Gives it that extra little hint of goodness. All right, so let's sprinkle this on. I'm just gonna use this. Go all the way out to the edges. Oh yeah, 1 apple is plenty. Let's just do this and then we'll
Spread them out.
Sprinkle them on everywhere. All right, I think honestly that looks great. All right, so we're gonna start with the edge closest to us. We're just gonna roll it up like a cinnamon roll. It's gonna be a little chunky because we got the apples in there. Just gently, you want to tug on the dough as you roll it up. All right, I'm just going to pick this up, pinch down, glue that together. I'm going to take one end and turn it under, kind of pinch it down. Probably, honestly, same with this side. I'm going to cut it down the middle. So I'm going to probably go 2 inches or so from the top. I should have done this on the cookie sheet. Whoop. Flip it around, and then we're going to twist it. So you got it in 2. Whoops. Didn't get it cut all the way through. Look at all that gooey, yummy goodness. Oh my goodness.
That is hard to do.
This is really hard to do. Still gonna be beautiful. Got lots of layers. Then I'm just gonna take this end and tuck it under. And 1 apple was plenty. This is on the messier side, but I just think it's gonna be so good. All right, so we are going to let this rise for about 20 minutes to a half an hour. I'm gonna turn 1 light on in my oven, just so that the oven light can help it rise, and then we'll bake it off. So let's get it in the oven. I'm gonna wash here quick. We're gonna let it get nice and puffy, and then I'll be back and we'll get it baked off. So I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees, and let's look at this one I have down here. See how puffy and wonderful and delicious it is? It has really risen to the occasion. All right. Sorry.
Man, oh man.
All right, we're gonna bake it at 350 for 25 minutes. So as that delicious twist bread is in the oven cooking, we're gonna make a drizzle to go on the top with powdered sugar. So I've got, this is just my 3rd cup measuring, it was dirty, from my brown sugar. So we want 1 cup. So there's 2/3 and 1 cup. And we're gonna add about 3 tablespoons of melted butter. And I'm using salted just because I like the extra salt in my baked goods. And we're just gonna use some milk, a couple tablespoons. I do want a little vanilla. Could you grab the vanilla for me from behind you?
Oh, certainly.
Oh my word. A little splash of vanilla. Boop. And as always, I am gonna add just a ton of bit of salt. All right, so we're gonna set this aside. You see how red it is? We're gonna just drizzle it all over that when it comes out. So just get a cooling rack ready. I'm gonna clean this up, and when it's out in about 20 minutes, I'll show you the finished product. It's gonna be delicious. All right, look at this, you guys. It's gigantic. Beautiful, yum, look at that.
Wow.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure that it's 190 degrees inside, and it clearly is.
Okay,
It was
perfect.
like super hot, so let's get it over to our cooling rack. Look at how pretty it is. Oh my goodness.
Gorgeous.
Who doesn't want to eat that? Look at that. It's much bigger than I thought it was gonna get. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Yum. Now this, I'm just gonna slice like French bread and serve it up. So, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful.
I'm excited to have this.
Me too. I've got a big glob of frosting that just went totally off my whole delicious. Look at that. I wish you guys could smell this. It looks delicious. We have to wait until it totally cools to slice it, which is gonna be tomorrow. Hey, if you're new to my channel, I forgot to say welcome. I hope you're enjoying my videos. Thanks so much, you guys, for watching. I hope you guys try this cinnamon twist bread. It's so delicious. I can't even wait to eat it. It is gonna be so soft and squishy and full of apples and just gonna be delightful. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen today. I'm so glad you did. I hope you guys try this. Comment below what your favorite fillings might be, because I've got so many in my head that I want to try this with. And I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you on my next episode.
Front camera, part 1, cinnamon toast bread.
Cinnamon twist.
Cinnamon twist bread.
You like cinnamon toast crunch?
Cinnamon toast, well, you know, I think it'd be delicious. You need some apple pulp.
He already got the ends.
Oh, he got some apple, okay, good.
Butter.
Ooh.
So, after these messages, we'll be right back.
Some of the greatest interstitials ever made.
Gonna taste good, I know.